Hello, my beautiful co-creators. This is day 76 of my Law of Attraction manifestation video. And today I wanted to share about forgiveness, but I'm not just going to talk about forgiveness. Today I decided to share something that is so deeply private. I'm already choking. It's so deeply private that I've been, that I haven't really shared with anybody except for my husband, I think, and one other person years ago. But it's about how forgiveness, when I talk about forgiveness, I'm not just talking out of non-experience. I'm talking about, when I speak about forgiveness, it's really coming from my own personal experience. And so this whole thing started yesterday. I said to my husband, I said, honey, I don't know what to do today. There's like, my mind is like blank. You know what I mean? I don't know what to talk about today. And so he's like, well, why don't you talk about something that you've already talked about? Kind of like repeat a message or something that you really liked talking about, so why don't you share that again? So that's how the forgiveness video I reshared yesterday, the one that I made 76 days ago today. And so today, and once I put that video out, I know it doesn't seem like people are not watching it because, there's no likes or what have you, but you'd be surprised how many people really watch me and they really behind the scene, there's a lot going on. But anywho, so today's video is going to be kind of a continuation of that, but this time I'm gonna go into a little bit deeper, and this message that I'm about to share, it is kind of graphic, and it's kind of deep. So yeah, it is what it is, and I'm ready to share it. So let's talk about it. Okay, so here we go. Sorry, I had to shift my camera a little bit to make it sideways so I can't really directly see you guys while I'm talking to you. But anyways, I wanted to continue this video today because I see how many people are hurting in the background because of stuff that has happened to them in their life. And not everybody, had the chance in their life to figure things out in terms of how to heal themselves. Now, I was blessed. I found ways to heal myself. Now, what I'm about to share, I'm just going to let you know up front. I've never seen a psychiatrist. I've never had anybody mentor me. I've never had anybody, talk to a counselor, nothing. Everything I healed within myself. And it was all between me and a higher power, which is God, of course. And so anywho, many years ago, like I said, I was in a very physical, violent relationship with my ex-husband. And I have many different stories, but this just happens to be one of those moments where it was life and death situation. Like, you always hear about people that say, oh, my life changed after I had this life and death experience, and I really didn't realize it till like yesterday when I was reposting my video where my healing, how it all started. It's almost like you block something because the trauma is so intense, you actually block whatever is happening in that moment. So I think it took me, yes, I went through the self-healing aspect of, to heal myself, to find the love within me, because that's another thing about forgiveness, is you really have to find the love within you in order to forgive. So I have this weird feeling this video is going to be long. So my story is, we all have a story. We all have trauma that happened into our lives. And today I wanted to share about one of my very, like I said, it's very personal. It's very graphic. But I feel like I'm ready, especially realizing I had that aha moment yesterday that, wow, how did I not figure this out for the last 20 years? And like I said, even though the healing had happened, the self-love had happened, I kind of blocked that intensity of how things happened. And I just had that all of a sudden all the information just like it just came back to me, and I said, oh, okay, that makes sense. Now I really understand why I went through the journey that I went through, and why I have been in social media or in the world or however you, why I have been so, sharing such personal journey. And there's no shame in my journey. That really isn't, because it's my experience. So I'm not sharing anything that has to do with anybody else. This is my personal journey. And thank you for my beloved husband, who has given me permission to share this, because he understands that this is my journey, and he embraces that. And that's what your soulmates do. We are all here to help each other. We are not here to harm each other. And if I'm happy, he's happy, and that's how relationships should be. But it wasn't always like that. Like I said, my first marriage was really physically, violently brutal. Like, I'm saying brutal, people. It was brutal. And I'm not just talking about a little hit there, a little bit there, but one day what happened was that this is where the graphic part comes in. And I have to put it out there, because in order for me to express, to share, to even teach to those who are ready to learn. Yes, I'm using the word teach, because I'm teaching from my own personal experience, and the ones who are ready are able to listen to the message. But if you don't know who I am and what my experience is, how are you going to even relate to that? And everything's about relating to that person that you think that they understand. And the best way to do that is when someone has actually experienced the situation. So when I talk about forgiveness, I talk about it because I walked the walk. So one day, like many other days, this day was kind of very, very intense. My husband and I, of course, my ex-husband, it was just a normal night, nothing, everything, you think everything's fine, and boom, his personality had changed. And yeah, so we got into a physical, well, he pushed me around, hit me, beat me, whatever, tied me up, and left the house. Yes, tied me up with no clothes on, nothing. So here I was sitting all bare, just like, is he gonna leave me here? Is he gonna come back? Who is he gonna bring home? What all this craziness going in my mind. And sure enough, long story short, a few hours later, he had brought a woman home. He had picked up a prostitute from San Francisco and brought her into our home, tied me down, had not just sexual intercourse with this woman, he like sodomized her in front of me. And here I was, bare, experiencing this. Like, what is going on? And at that moment, all I could think about was this woman, what he was putting her through. I thought to myself, my God, I wasn't looking at her as like, oh, he picked up a prostitute. No, here she was, she was somebody's mother, she was somebody's daughter, she was somebody's sister, she just chose the life that she chose. And here, she got herself in a situation with this man that's just so brutal to her. And the experience was so traumatic. I mean, all I felt was God. I just felt like love for this woman, like, my God, So anyways, long story short, after everything was done and he was gone, and then a few hours later he came back, and so a few hours later he came back, and he tried to get physical with me, physical in terms of, well, he wants to have that sexual intercourse with me, of course, and of course, I felt dirty, and I felt, I don't know what, I had so much I know I'm talking about it like it's no big deal, but it's been 20 years and I've healed myself. Like I said, I went through deep healing so I could express myself. I am able to express myself though I am, because I've healed myself. And once you heal yourself, there's a beautiful, beautiful thing happens. But anyways, going back to that experience, he tried to get close to me, what have you, and I just felt, after he had untied me, I felt gross. That's the word. I felt filthy. I felt gross, and I think it was the first time ever in 3 years I fought back, where I pushed him. And what a mistake that was, because you I learned the hard way that physically speaking, men are a lot stronger than women, and it was a huge fight between the two of us because I was fighting him. There was no way I was going to have him touch me after what I saw him doing this to another human being. So what he did, he pinned me down. And this is where I feel like I forgot the trauma part of it, that I forgot, that finally came back to me yesterday. And it came back in a beautiful way. It didn't come back in a like in a hatred or anger way. It was just, I saw the beauty and I saw the bigger picture in it. So what happened was, when he pinned me down, I think I was losing conscious, because he was like choking me. Like, he had me like this for like a good, I don't know, but I think my body had just got lethargic. It was just losing the oxygen, and the more oxygen I lost, I felt like I was going in deeper and deeper and deeper into the abyss. And the deeper and the deeper I got, I kept seeing this light, just beautiful bright light. And I remember, all this happened within maybe like few seconds, but it seemed like it was forever. And here's the bright light shining, and I thought to myself, oh my God, like, if I die, they're gonna find my body, and my mom's gonna know, and my dad, how is everybody gonna hear, my siblings, and am I really ready to go? And then I felt like I heard that higher voice, like, what do you want? What do you want? And I said, I want to live. And why do you want to live? And I said, I want to live, and I want to forgive this person for what he has done to me, so I can learn to heal myself. And once I have the self-love, and once I have healed myself, I can help others in whichever way possible. So I need more time. And I remember I was saying that as I said that, I have no idea what happened. I think I just barely touched him. I didn't even like push him. I touched him. I felt like he just like flew. Like, he was like, he kind of flew away a little bit, and it scared him. I don't know if I did it hard. I don't know if I did it, to me it felt like I just touched him, and for some reason he just stopped. He took my clothes, and he just threw it at me on my face, like, I'm done with you. And anyway, and I remember just the other day, yesterday, and I thought, okay, so now I know why I'm sharing so much, and now I know what my purpose in life is because, I had that life and that experience, and within the midst of that, a minute or two, I had promised God, if you help me live, I'll do this, and this, I felt like the conversation was so long, but I can only remember few things, you know what I mean? So it's like, so I'm sharing this not because I want pity. I'm beyond that stuff. I know I am not a victim, nor will I ever be a victim. If somebody approaches me in a way, of course I will have to do whatever I got to do to protect myself. But I would never put myself in a situation where someone else is going to take advantage of me. And so my moral of my video is, things happen to us, and it is beyond our control. Especially, everybody's situation is different. Mine was my ex-husband, you know what I mean? This wasn't the man that gave me birth, or this was somebody that I met, got married, thought I was in love, blah, blah, blah. But there's deeper. Everybody has their own story. We all come into this world, we experience things, and then we make that our story. But you don't want to get stuck in that story. You really have to awaken to the fact that, okay, this is what happened. Now, what do I do with it? Do I become a victim, or am I going to live a victorious life? And you have to learn to do your self-healing, or depending on everybody's situation is different. But I'm just here to tell you that it is absolutely possible for you to get healed, for you to live a normal life, for you to be married, for you to have children, for you to have loving relationship with your siblings, for you to have it all, not just underneath everything, but in just the surface, just to make the world think that you have it. No, I mean real life, people. I have my days where, like, this is sometimes my emotions are so deep, even though I've healed it. It's still, we're human beings, and that's why when somebody says certain things, and I just, you know what I mean? I just want to fight back, because I get into that that energy field where I was 20 years ago. So that's, and once in a, and of course, you know, when I get there, then I realize, okay, it's relax, you know, it's no big deal, you know, it's just the silly stuff in life. But yeah. So the moral of my video, I guess, is for me for me to share that it's okay, that, you know, whatever happened to you, you know, it's easy for me to say that, oh, get over it. I'm not telling you to get over it, but I want you to think about how deep the situation is. So this video is for two types of forgiveness. There's a forgiveness where somebody has hurt you in a way, but it wasn't trauma. You know, my situation is sort of like a trauma. And or if somebody, you know, cheated on you or something, there's different situations. So you have to go within yourself and say, you know what, I have an issue, I can't seem to forgive this person, but how big is my issue? How important is it? And if it doesn't seem like it's that important based on what someone else has experienced, then you have to find a way to just let it go. Do not play the victim role. Do not bring that energy on you, because if you are living an unforgiveness life, let me tell you something, guys. The other person that has hurt you or done you damage, or whether they've done it or whether you think it's only in your mind, whichever the situation is, that person has moved on and they're living their life regardless, okay? Regardless of how you feel, they've moved on. So why are you torturing yourself? You have to find, like I said, I keep saying this, I know I have to keep saying this so people don't misunderstand what I'm saying. You have to look at your individual situation. You know, there are much deeper issues than, you know, someone else might have. It may not be like a cat fight or what have you, or, you know, but forgiveness is, like I said, it's about you, how you feel. It's really your journey, you know. So are you going to spend the rest of your life feeling miserable, not liking yourself because what has happened to you? Or are you going to get the help that you need? You know, if it's really trauma based, you got to go to professionals, and professionals, they know what they're doing. They're trained to do that. And you have to do that, because unless you heal a trauma, unless you heal the unforgiveness and the guilt, I'll probably talk about it in the next few videos. Also, guilt is, you know, guilt keeps us stuck, and we'll talk about that. And so does, obviously, unforgiveness. So yeah, the moral of my story is, you know, I chose to forgive my ex-husband. And here's another key, guys. Please listen between the lines. I did not let what one man do to me and stopped loving, or, you know, this is where a lot of people make mistakes. They get hurt and they think everybody's the bad guy. It's not. Just because one man has done you dirty, just because one man has cheated on you, just because one man or woman, okay, I'm all about women, but women do bad things too. So I'm not here just, you know, bashing the guys. You know, there are bad women and there are bad men. I mean, they're not really bad, but it's the experience that they have brought upon themselves to experience this life, you know, and this is their chaoticness, and they have brought their chaoticness into your consciousness, because for two reasons. Because one, you know, you were in a vulnerable situation in your life where you didn't really see it all coming and you absorbed it, or you were a child and this was just brought up on you because the adult in your life didn't know how to handle what they were going through. So there's just so much aspect to everything. So you have to just be very simple. Just forget about everybody else. Think about your own journey. Think about why you are having a hard time forgiving this person, and then be honest with you. And you know that the greatest healing comes when you are ready to say, I'm ready. I'm ready. I have this issue and I need someone to help me, or I need to figure out a way to heal myself. And once you are able to say that out loud to yourself, and that's where the healing starts. And you know, I've healed myself. I really truly have healed my own wounds by my own research, by my spiritual journey, by anger, frustration, and just everything, you know. I don't want this video to get sidetracked, so I just want to end this by saying, don't allow what one person has done to you to ruin the rest of your life, okay? Because had I let that experience screw me up in my head in one form or another, then I never would have found the love of my life. I never would have had my beautiful child. I never would have experienced this beautiful journey that I am going through, and I never, ever, ever, ever would have been able to share my journey, you know? But you gotta go beyond the victim role. You really do. You gotta love yourself enough to give yourself a chance. Just give yourself a chance. Just try. That's all you could do, is try. Try to forgive yourself, because it wasn't your fault. You know? And the day that I realized that it wasn't my fault, yeah, I was there. I was young and I was naive, and you know, I had the home, I had everything. If I wanted to, I could have went back home, but I didn't, because I thought I was in love and I thought I could change it, and but it was the experience, you know, in a deep awakening process. You know, I don't want to go deeper into awakening stuff, but once you truly awaken to the essence of what is, then you can't really blame the other person, because you have really come down into this earth, you know, to experience this. And you have realized through your experience that, oh my God, I've really come to experience this. And now that I've come to realize that I brought this all for one purpose, to help others, help them awaken, then you see life a little differently. But that's, you know, I don't want to get into that right now. We want to stay just really, really simple, and just start the process of forgiveness. And every day, you know, tell yourself that you love yourself, because nobody's ever no one is ever going to love you the way you can love yourself. I don't know why I'm choking on it. Maybe because I love myself. Maybe the divine wants me to say that. I do. I love myself. You know, the best thing I've ever done is my videos. And sometimes I sit there and I watch my videos, and then I think to myself, is that really me? Have I really, really grown that much? And then the love just overtakes me, and the love that I have for myself. You know, then I come and I look myself in the mirror and I say, God, you know, you've grown up. You've really grown up. And it's the most beautiful feeling when you can say that to yourself, not because you expect someone else to say it to you. And it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful place to be in, guys. And it could be done. It could be done. But anyways, I think this video is going to end now. God bless, and yeah, one day at a time, guys. One day at a time. If I could do it, you could do it. God bless, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.